Tell me though, what was your very first setup like?
My very first setup,
Yeah,
I mean,
so people
like
can
my
really
actual
know.
first setup was when I was, gosh, freshman in high school, I think, maybe earlier than that. Anyways, how old are you?
I'm 41 on the 19th.
Okay, so you know what this is. So back in the day, you'd had those stereos that were just like stacks of different things on each
Yep,
other, and they
yep,
had the two tape decks.
yep.
So I figured out that I could multi-track with
Yes.
the two tape decks. I would record on one thing, and then I would take that tape out, go flip it to that side, put the other tape back in, record again, flip it over. So by the time you were done, like I could
You were
add
doing
drums.
mixes. Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
you
much.
could basically just overdub on different
Sampling.
things.
Yeah.
But by the end, the thing was so hissy, just because you kept going over and over and over
Mm-hmm.
it, that it sounded awful. But that was like my first thing that I
Wow.
did was that I had a single microphone and I would put it over a drum kit and then I would record and then I would take that same microphone and put it next to my guitar amp and without anybody really showing me, oh, this is how you do it. That's just kind of was I was like, well, the sound's there, so I need to put the mic there, and that was just basically it. So I recorded probably two or three just really crappy things of my own songs and like I carried it around with me, my own Walkman, and I would always listen to it just so like baffled that I made this thing, you know. It sounded
Right.
terrible, but it was just like, wow, you know, I made this thing myself, my own recording. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's crazy. I wasn't expecting that answer.
Uh-huh.
And I bet most people were expecting like, oh, I had a little Focusrite with a
No.
little. And he said
I had nothing.
no.
I had nothing like that. It was a while before I bought anything. My second, like, I guess rig in a way was I had somebody gave me a copy of a program called Cakewalk, and it was just a dinky little recording program. Had zero power, zero
Yeah.
nothing. But I figured that I was in a band at the time, and we had a Radio Shack realistic mixer. It had like four inputs. I think one of them was busted. But I found out that I could come out the headphone jack, and that would give me enough volume that I could go into the input of my computer and record into Cakewalk. And then at that point, I could use multiple microphones and record it into an actual computer. And without even buying anything, like I had microphones just because my brother was in a band at one point, so I stole some of his microphones. I was probably in a band at that point, so we just like acquired micro. I don't even know where the microphones came. I don't think I ever bought a microphone until I was in my 20s,
Okay.
but I just found things and had things, and I would just again do the same thing, miking a guitar amp, just putting it up to it, or drums. I would have like I didn't even know I should mic the kick drum. I just put one over my head and one on the side, and I was like, all right, that's it. And that's what I recorded. And I made a bunch of demos that way too. Again, like before I even had stuff, I was just like figured out what I could grab and what I could use and what would work, and then that was just it.
Yeah,
That's what
with
I
you
did.
with you talking about that, it kind of brings me back to so I can also relate because if someone were to ask me, I probably would have forgot that part of my journey, which was the old Tascams.
I used to have one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they had the burnable CD thing.
Oh, I didn't have anything.
This was 2005,
That
so
was fancy when I just
we
had a
were a little
tape.
fancier in 2005, but
Yeah.
all it was DI. You
Uh
know,
huh.
you plug the guitar straight in.
Mm
A Shure microphone we used for the vocals, and then we had to mix it down on that too, because then
hmm.
you
Mm
wanted to
hmm.
put it right on the CD. So
I remember those things. Yeah.
engineers these days, you know, unless they have an older peer,
Mm
right,
hmm.
they probably have never messed around with things like that.